Welcome back to the most chill DVD channel on YouTube. We are once again playing against bots as Wesker. And it's nothing but positive chill vibes. No negativity allowed here. These bots are funny. They're fun to go against. I find them much more enjoyable than going against actual people. So I saw recently that there is a new mid-chapter patch coming out, and they released the patch notes, and it's interesting to see. Apparently, the nurse received some nerfs. I'm not too sure what to think of that. I will know more when I go against her in the live servers. I don't play the PTP for the simple fact that if you're good at something, never do it for free. So if they want player feedback, at least from me, they could hire me as a tester. Otherwise, I don't see much point in playing and actually giving them feedback for nothing in return. I can give them feedback easily when the changes go live. So, and they tend not to listen to player feedback all that much anyway.
You can't hide forever.
So I'm not sure what the actual point of a PTB is in this game.
Just getting started.
One of the things they should fix with the bots is them hiding in lockers in plain sight. They really need to stop doing that. There are a few other issues, but if they made the AI just a little smarter in certain areas, these bots would be almost feel like going up against real players, I feel. Yeah, see, I can't do much of a mind game against these bots. And this isn't even that strong of a tile. But the bots know how to play it very well. So I will be trying some mind gaming tricks just to see how they work. Okay, he should have taken the pallet there. I don't know why the AI decided not to. It was right there. I will try to see if any of the tricks I do against real players work. I'm having a feeling that they, for the most part, won't. The bots seem very good at predicting where you will go. But as I was saying about the PTB, there's going to be some nurse changes, and the knight looks like he's getting some much needed buffs, which will be good because right now he's not a very good killer. I've only seen a few outliers say he needs a nerf. I don't think that's the consensus at all. in the community. So he's getting some changes, which will benefit him, which will be nice. Probably the biggest change survivor-wise will be the UI HUD. The fact that they are adding status icons to show what survivors are doing.
I shall release
Okay.
Ouroboros.
That time the mind game actually worked. So it will be interesting to see how that works. I do like the idea of a status indicator on the HUD. I just wish it had come before giving survivors a meta perk at base, borrow time. Because I think that addition to Survivor Base Kit was completely unnecessary. And it would have been more helpful to see how much of an impact a status indicator would have without the borrowed time base kit mechanic. I feel the biggest problem when it comes to tunneling before borrowed time was introduced as base was the fact that survivors would unhook other survivors way too early. They wouldn't run Kindred. They wouldn't know where the killer is in relation to the hook. So they would arrive at the hook much too early, and the killer naturally would go back and slug the person unhooked and go after the unhooker. And I think some of that problem could have been mitigated with a status icon bar, but now we'll really never know because survivors aren't punished for unhooking the killer. So is something stupid that was rewarded to survivors by the devs, which really shouldn't have been. If you play smart, you don't need borrowed time at base when you unhook someone. Unfortunately, a lot of survivors in the community don't seem to play all that smart. So the bots here are trucking right along with the gens. Fortunately, I have been able to go for hooks instead of kills since they aren't running any gen speed perks and aren't using any toolboxes. I think if generators were just kept a static amount, like no perk or item could affect them, and they would only get, like, say, maybe a slight speed boost if more than one survivor worked on them, I think it would be a lot healthier for the game. Killers wouldn't feel so pressured to tunnel one survivor out of the game so quickly. Unfortunately, that will probably never happen. The developers seem to be going in the complete opposite direction with the release of new survivors such as Vittorio and Rebecca Chambers, who for some odd reason just keep piling on the gen speed perks.
Do you actually think you can defeat?
So that basically at least one survivor in a group can run nothing but a gen build and do the gens in a record amount of time. Until that goes, don't expect tunneling, camping, or slugging to go anywhere anytime soon, especially the tunneling part. In order to reasonably expect to win a match, killers need to get a survivor out quickly. Now, that being said, you do have to be smart about tunneling. If one survivor you're going after is looping you really well, you probably should drop them and go for a weaker looper. But as soon as you find that weaker looper, you need to get them out of the match. There's nothing wrong with taking advantage of that weakness with the state the game is currently in. I'm trying a little mind game here. Okay, he just left. He was running it very well. I was on the wrong side of that loop. The noises he makes is hilarious. Yeah, he was on the long side of the loop, which is where you need to be. I couldn't get him to go over to the short side until he completely abandoned it. So, yeah, there really is no mind gaming. Even against bots, there's no mind gaming these pallets. A lot of them are way too safe. And that's another thing about the game that the developers don't seem to realize is the amount of safe pallets in relation to the map size itself. I know they are changing the Crow's map, but that's not the only map that needs to be looked at. There are many maps that require an update. And I feel, okay, that time it actually worked. Sometimes it doesn't. Good. I feel if a lot of killer players like me, if they come to realize that going against a team of bots is actually more enjoyable than going against a team on the live server, then this game will be in a very bad spot in terms of killer players not wanting to play against real people anymore, because the survivors will have so much stacked in their favor. And no one wants to play an unfair game. I like playing a game where the playing field is level. I think that's a common feeling amongst everyone who plays any kind of game. They want games to be fair.
Is that all you have?
And for the most part, this game is not fair on the live servers when you play as killer. So we'll see what happens in the future. It will be interesting to see how many killer players come to realize that, live killer play is just too stressful.